What's good, y'all? In this video, we're gonna talk about light code lockdown, right? And this is there may be a long video or whatnot, but you're gonna get it through, right? And y'all, and by the end of this, I trust you, right? You gonna understand everything that's or a little there is to know about light code lockdown, or light as it is, right? So like learning about light, right? Because walking around every day, right? And we see light everywhere, right? It's light from our phones, it's light from the TVs, it's light from like outside from the sun, right? And there's light from like flashes of light, right? But what is light exactly? Because we go around every single day, but we're not questioning, we're not even asking it. And it's like, yo, this shit is right in front of our faces. How are you able to even see, right? And like, yeah, there's scientific terms, and then we can go that like in depth with that in like another video. But like, for the most part, we talking about light code lockdown. So like, how are they manipulating this light? So, and able to even know what light code lockdown is, right? We gotta know what light is. So doing research and whatnot, and also sitting with self, I learned that like, you'll see, or you can just go online, you'll see that light is composed of wavelengths and subatomic particles, or subatomic wavelengths and subatomic particles. You can say these wavelengths are frequencies, and these particles are like deals with like quantum physics, right? Or metaphysics beyond like the comprehension of like the human mind or human brain, or should I say God body? Because if we going according to like spiritual stuff or religion, right? If we was made in His image, right? That would mean that this body is a God body. And so, like, you feel me? I'm just saying, right? But since we know that light is composed of subatomic wavelengths and subatomic particles, right? These include energetic readings, right? And these energetic readings are called photons, in which it acts like a storage harbor, right? It stores electromagnetic radiation. And like when you see in the sun, right? Tell me, when you see the color of the sun, right? And people say it's orange, some may say it's yellow, right? You could say that right there is photons being stored in electromagnetic like radiation, right? So when you start to look at the color, right, and this color spectrum, that's just a less energetic form of the electromagnetic frequency, or like electromagnetic radiation. And I'm really trying to explain it where y'all can understand it, right? So I give the example of the sun, right? You see orange and yellow, but really the sun is black, right? But that's because these photon energies is an energy harbor, which is storing electromagnetic radiation, right? And so what you're seeing based upon the color spectrum is you're seeing orange and yellow through the visible eyes. And I'm really trying to explain it to where y'all can understand, because like, we gotta know about what light is. What is this light composed of, and how are they using this light to, manipulate, right? But once we understand that, right, you'll understand more about what this light code lockdown is. But from the way my understanding, the way I'm putting it together, I'll trust me, you will understand it, right? But for us to like know more about this, we gotta know more about the radiation, the forms of radiation, right? The highest being gamma radiation, then X-rays, and after X-rays there's ultraviolet. Then after ultraviolet there's hold on, I got y'all right now, right? It's visible light, right? After visible light you'll get radio waves, then you get microwaves, and then you get infrared, right? And that's like the lowest form of like radiation that you can have. Like, you could compare that to the chakras, right? The root chakra, the sacral chakra, those are the two lowest. Infrared is the lowest, right? And radio waves, microwaves are the lowest, right? Those, I'm gonna let y'all know, right? So what I'm about to explain to y'all right right now, you're about to understand more of how this is connecting to like light code lockdown. So let's talk about radio waves, right? And I got a little bit of notes here, right? Because I need to like, pull up some stuff to like jog my memory a little bit. But when we start talking about radio waves, right, that includes like technological stuff, which is the phones we're using, right? The computers we're using, right? The stuff that we watch on TV, those are, or these 5G towers, right? Those are radio waves, but like you can't see it, it's not like visible to your eyes at all, right? You can't really see what's going on or notice like the things that's interfering, because all of this deals with like also not only like your eyes, your retina, but also your psyche, which is your mind. But when you're talking about radio waves, you're still talking about like frequencies and whatnot, and you're still talking about these photon energies, right? Which I said these photon energies are energetic readings, right? Like when you take a photo, right, and there's light all around it, right? It's an energetic reading around that light, right? In which it forms the picture or image that you see. Or you could say this photograph, right, contains photons, which is energetic reading, which forms that image around what you see, right? It's just a less form of electromagnetic radiation. Boom. Continuing on, right? These are vibrations, right, that start to get slower, and solid, liquid, gas, and plasma, right? Solid being the slowest vibration. And then you have liquid being faster than the solids. And then once you go up more, right, the gas gets more like faster. And you get to plasma is the fastest one, fastest vibration. And the reason why I started talking about, the phases of matter is because when you're talking about radio waves, incorporating something that's solid, right, into something that's very much intangible, meaning that you can't see it, right, but it could be felt. Or some individuals can see it, right, but that's only if you're vibrating on a certain type of level. Like for me, I know if you concentrate hard enough, you can very much see it, but like you're gonna end up hurting your head, right? Like that movie or that series of like, I forgot what it was called, but like they get nosebleeds whenever they focus too hard on something, right? And I know individuals when they was like little and whatnot, right? They would focus so hard on something, or they would get just random like nosebleeds, but that's because like you was wrong, you was pure, and like you had a more understanding of like your connection to like what is unknown, the cosmos and whatnot, or to source, right? And now is when we talk about light code lockdown. Now, like I said, I might have to make a part 2 to this, right? But and another thing, right? This is just from my own understanding, from like me going within it, actually me just doing all the research and just pulling this all out, because I spent a while like doing this and trying to like come up with like something that would be able to be understood. But anyways, right, when we start talking about like whole lockdown, right, we move to the radio frequencies, in which all the technologies that they use to keep us fixated on certain like stuff, right? And then I mentioned about chakras, right? And so we're going to talk about the root chakra first, right? What the root chakra deals with your survivability, right? Your security, right? It deals with your fear. Basically, like, keeps you in a state of, like, where you're disconnected from your roots. So you're no longer, like, in nature or whatnot, right? You see, most of us is now, like, dependable on, like, what's convenient to us, which is all the stuff that's, like, around you. It's convenient to just make a call. It's convenient to just, like, pay stuff from your phone and whatnot. It's convenient to just like go on a bus. It's convenient to do a lot of things now, right? But it's way more like deeper than that. So they attack your sense of security and stability through fear, right? And all sorts of like anxiety to keep you in that low state, right? They do stage wars, right? They keep you in that root chakra through money, which is also the reason why they make it the color of money like green, because it's associated with your heart chakra. You know what your heart chakra deals with? It deals with that love, and so they know what they're doing by making it green, right? But just violence in general, and also competition, because when you're in competition with other people, right, you often feel like you're left out, right? If you don't have certain skill sets, you'll feel like, oh, I don't have this type of skill set to keep up with that person or that individual. And now you just have this mindset that like, oh, I gotta get there, instead of saying that like, oh, I'll get there too where that person's at, right? Instead of saying, I will just get there. Instead of just saying to yourself, oh yeah, I'm gonna get there, I know I can do it. You're saying that, oh, I'm gonna get to where this person's at. I'm gonna get to where you're at. I wanna get to where you're at. I wanna be like you. It's like, no, you have to be just you, just yourself, right? And I'm gonna have to make a part 2 to this, but the next part we're gonna talk about your sacral chakra. I'm gonna just continue on with it.